First underwater and now in the sky, the BioShock series is the spiritual successor to the System Shock games. BioShock Infinite is the newest game in the BioShock series, although it is unrelated to the first two games in the series, barring a quick reference near the end of the game. The game controls like any other first-person shooter. The left stick moves, right stick aims, pressing the left stick to run, pressing the right stick to scope. Left and right bumpers choose vigors, which are the new plasmids, and guns respectively. Left trigger shoots your vigor, right trigger shoots your gun, A jumps, extra loads, Y is melee, and B crouch. The music in the game really fails to be as memorable as the previous BioShock games, where instead of using music from the time period in a way that contrasted the atmosphere, it instead relies on quiet ambient soundtracks and a single track that plays over every battle scene but is just as forgettable. The exception to this is two pieces of more modern music, Fortunate Son and Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, which both appear because of or through tears. The game is a huge departure from BioShock and BioShock 2 in the gameplay department. Everything has been revamped and not always for the better. The biggest change, of course, is Elizabeth, your partner, who will primarily give you items as needed in battle and open otherwise locked doors. The enemies in the game are now situated more as waves or in bunches, as opposed to being scattered throughout the world, giving the game a much more modern first-person shooter feel. Adding to the feel is the added shield, a second life bar that refills after a set period of time, much like Halo, although the player has an actual health bar which doesn't recover. And to be fair, the shield can only take 2 or 3 bullets before breaking without being upgraded. The tonics from the first two games, which provided passive benefits, have been reworked into clothing, which unfortunately have weaker and less noticeable effects than the tonics of the prequels. The game also removes hacking, replacing it entirely with the possession vigor, which is a huge disappointment. The 8 weapons that could be held in the first game have been reduced to 2, although all vigors are available at any time. And of course, Big Daddies are gone, and along with them are the Little Sisters. To fill the void, though, are Handymen, who appear a few times throughout the game in scripted events and share a similar fighting style, and Songbird, Elizabeth's warden, and a giant badass bird monster. Although most people won't care, I was also sad to see BioShock 2's multiplayer component was removed. It wasn't perfect, but it was a unique experience. The game also features 4 difficulty levels, easy, normal, hard, and 1999 mode, which needs to be unlocked. Although each mode only increases the damage enemies can deal in their health. The game also includes a few side quests, which often give power-ups when completed. The story is inarguably the best part of the game. Booker DeWitt is given a task, save the girl, which is Elizabeth, and his debts will be repaid. So Booker is launched up to Columbia, a flying city run by a prophet who claims to see the future and his many followers. Booker's arrival has been foretold, the AD branded on his hand giving him away as the so-called false shepherd. Once he finds Elizabeth, he must get her off of Columbia alive while she fights him because she wants to go to Paris. Of course, things don't go smoothly with death, dimensional travel, and an uprising of the lower class get in the way, leading to the game's conclusion, which I will discuss in my next video. It's no BioShock, but it has a nice story. If it had kept the size, exploration, and gameplay of the previous entries, it would have been easily a 10 out of 10, but the final product falls short of expectations. BioShock Infinite gets an 8 out of 10.